Hello everyone, welcome to today's Frag Pro Shooter video. My name is Flag and today we are gonna discuss and rank top 10 cards that are most level independent in Frag. What I mean by that is cards that are still good even if you use them in your deck as underlevel cards or against opponents with higher levels. That means if you're relatively new to Frag and don't have all your cards leveled up, or even if you're a top ladder player but face level 15s and 16s all the time, these cards are generally good candidates to consider putting into your deck and invest your gold and joker cards into. In order to make it to the list, a card must meet two criteria. One, to be level independent. That's why Sogeki-chan, whose super deals massive damage but is not level independent, does not make it to the list. And number two, to be viable in the game. That's why a level independent card like Frankenstein that is not viable does not make it to the list. This is not a list of the strongest cards in the game right now. If that's what you're looking for, check out my top 20 cards in the current meta video. But these are cards that their mechanics and functionality makes them less dependent on their level than the other cards. Throughout this 2-video episode, I will talk about stats of cards at level 9, which is duels and events level standard. To refer to it in short, I'll use the abbreviation ELS. In part 2 of this episode, I give you alternative replacements for each card. Now let's get into our ranking of the top 10 level independent cards in Frag, counting down from 10 to 1. At number 10, we have the Carthaginian Hannibal. This attack character is currently dominating high ladder, but the reason why he makes it to the list is threefold. He is the second tankiest card in the game with 660 HP at ELS. He has a unique 5-meter radius splash damage that pulls the enemy towards him, and his stomping super can almost never be escaped. Being underleveled does not affect his tremendous regular attack and special ability range, or the pull effects on them, or the fact that he's a gigantic tank. Even if you use him as a level 9 card against level 11 opponents, as long as you support him well with your other cards, he's still going to wreck bunkers and towers. If you need to improve your Hannibal play, I recommend watching this video. We have a rare appearance from Bubbler at number 9. Frag's Finnish Fish has been missing from action lately, and that is due to the emergence of new defensive cards like Queen Unicorn and Duncan, and buffs to other defensive cards like Medusa and Sogeki-chan. But that doesn't take away from his great defensive capabilities. Compared to some of these other cards, he relies less on his level and more on his inherent mechanics. His regular shots slow down the enemy with a times 0.75 multiplier and allow your other cards to steamroll any incoming attack. His super traps and stuns an enemy card in a bubble for 10 long seconds and is perfectly tailored to push a card out of the course of the match. Both the card at number 8 and his replacement card are rumored to be nerfed soon, and this card is Cypher. Cypher's been dominating the whole game lately, mainly because of his extra powerful stats, but that doesn't take away from the fact that not only his bursts of 6 bullets deal good damage, but also his super slows down enemy troops, makes them take extra damage, and completely disables their supers for a long time. For a common card, that's a lot of mechanics that are level independent, and even after a nerf that he deserves, he's still going to be a great addition to any attack, even when underleveled. Coming hot at number 7 is a former NBA superstar, Duncan. He's a great bunker-to-bunker card, probably the best. After a buff a few months back, he became a superb camp card. His base damage is 56 at ELS, and the 32 dot burn-off that he leaves on the targeted characters is just too hot to handle. His damage and movement speed match run-ins, and basically make him a long-ranged run-in. His very fast movement speed makes him a hard character to target, and his stunning super, which stuns with a radius of 4 meters, makes up for any lack of damage that he might have when underleveled. He's one of the best cards to main at the moment, and is certainly getting more noticed and slowly climbing up the power ladder. The transforming robot, Tankbot, sits in at number 6. Tankbot has the joint 4th highest max DPS in the game. He has a 55 meter range, has a high amount of ammo at his disposal, and benefits from a high times 1.4 headshot damage multiplier. These are all level independent attributes that give him that very high DPS, but that's nothing compared to his super. On his tank mode, he deals 150 damage at ELS, deals splash damage with a radius of 3 meters, gains a times 0.5 speed boost on top of his regular speed, and stays as a tank for 8 whole seconds. Tankbot shines in Frenzy mode, where at ELS he can completely destroy a full HP bunker with 1 magazine. Breaking into the top 5 is a French mime, Mimi. Right now, she's one of the secretly OP cards in the game and a great character to be maining. Mimi is a card that can totally lock down your bunkers and block the enemy from coming in. She can deal decent damage with her headshots, but what makes her a powerful, level-independent card is the barrier that she deploys with her super. At ELS, this barrier has between 429 and 1715 HP. That is an enormous amount of HP that you can't easily crack through. It's not usually worth spending time to break through her barrier, and the enemy usually ends up trying to find another path to your bunkers if possible. At number 4, we have a very underrated card in Wolfson. The ex-Hollywood star deals some sort of a ramp-up type of damage. The less percentage of HP a character has, the more damage Wolfson deals to that character. In fact, he has the highest max DPS in the game. It's as if Wolfson was specifically built for this list. At full HP at ELS, he 4 shots Poco Hunter, 5 shots Queen Unicorn, and 11 shots Lucha Muerta. But if these characters have 50% of their HP left, Wolfson 2 shots Poco Hunter, 2 shots Queen Unicorn, and he finishes Lucha Muerta with only 4 shots. These numbers are not heavily affected if your Wolfson is 1 level underleveled. With 8 bullets in each magazine, it's not a big deal for Wolfson to shoot an extra shot if you're a good Wolfson player. The bronze holder of our list is the founder of Frag, the boss. He's an exceptional, robust game changer that everybody loves. The amount of damage that his robot mobsters deal is so ridiculously high that it doesn't matter if your opponent's cards are 2 or even 3 levels higher than yours. Combine that with a couple of shots from his minigun and you're gonna iron out any sort of push or problem that your opponent causes. Of course, you gotta position your super in a way to make sure they're gonna stay in the super as long as possible. The times 0.75 slow effect on his super is another level independent feature on him. You can use your manual attack to rain those 8 projectiles per shot like mortar shots onto your opponent from a distance. The silver awarded character on this list is the Russian toy soldier Solartron. The main reason why it rises above almost any other character on the list is that it mainly relies on its super, and its super is super powerful. Its super's ELS based damage maxes out at 235.8, which one-shots low HP cards like Virus, Batmama, and Desperados. Add the .55.8 damage per second burn off that lasts up to 3 seconds, and the fact that its super cooldown is only 5 seconds, it becomes a nightmare to snipers and players used to sitting in the back. And we're not even talking about its main weapon with its high damage and pushback effect. At ELS, it has 260 HP, which is more than the likes of Batmama, Andromeda, and even the boss, and isn't that far behind Queen Unicorn, Hunter, and Duncan. Solartron's also one of the best AI controlled characters, which provides substantial support to your attack. The crown holder of the top level independent fraggers at number 1 is the Australian surfer Rip'n Finn. The surfer boy has 2 main features that make him indifferent to his level. The slight push effect that his regular attack offers, and 2, his tidal wave super, which can literally take care of all 5 enemy characters in one super. If you get the hang of this character, you can dominate matches just by maining him. He also shares the highest headshot damage multiplier at times 1.4, which normally snipers have. The best thing about him is how he can combine his super waves with his regular attack push effect to push the enemy even further away. That is, not to mention how his 12-second ability cooldown allows you to use his super many times throughout the match. That's it for the top 10 level independent cards in Frag. Give these cards a shot if you still haven't played them and test to see if they improve your deck by playing them in a couple of games. If you don't have any one of these cards, don't worry, I've got you covered. Soon, I'll release part 2 of this video, which gives you replacements and alternatives for each one of these cards. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to 2 amazing super talented artists who designed my new logos. They are FrenchFragz Psykograff and BMCCreates. Make sure to check out more of their magnificent art by following their socials, which you can find in the description of my videos. Don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing for more Flag videos. Take care everyone, until the next ranking video.